Oh my gosh, W Barry. And Barry gets another hit. Barry's the MVP. Oh my god, look at how much damage we got from the Barry, dude. This deck is crazy. Hey, what's up gamers? It's Turkey here, and today we're going to be using one of the best decks in all of Clash Royale. And I'm not just saying that. This deck literally has the second highest win rate of all decks in the entire game. Mortar is back, baby. I feel like Mortar doesn't get a lot of love. Like, it's kind of a niche deck. Not a lot of people know how to use it, but it plays really similar to a fast cycle bait deck. So if you've never run a Mortar deck, I encourage you, give this deck a try. And I am super excited to hop into some games, and I will show you how to use this deck. All right, into our first match here against this bot. Apparently, I know he's probably not actually a bot, but I'm seriously so excited to try this deck. I'm someone also who doesn't usually run Mortar decks. I mean, I've had decent luck with all types of bait decks. So we're gonna go ahead and drop the gang there. Looks like he's running Hog Rider, probably 2.6 to be honest. So this will be interesting. 2.6 is always a decent metric of how good you can expect a deck to be. You know, can you beat 2.6, one of the most fundamental, decks in the game. I wonder if we can predict Skellies here. I mean, it's kind of aggressive. I'm gonna try and go for it. Yeah, whatever. I think in hindsight, I wish I would have played a Barry behind the Prince instead of going for those prediction arrows. Either way, we almost get a charge on the tower. Prince is so strong. Okay, let's go like this. And then we're actually going to go Barry here just so the Ice Spirit doesn't hit our tower. But Mortar combined with the Cannoneer tower actually full counters the Hog. Basically, you already have a lot of spam in your deck, which is kind of light DPS, so that's kind of why you have the Cannoneer in here to kind of compensate for that. Mortar actually putting in work here. I like that a lot. Okay, we're going to go ahead and let our Cannoneer take care of that. We're going to go for our gang. The problem is he can outcycle our building oftentimes, so we kind of need to be ready here with the Prince just in case he goes in. But he still has to defend the Goblin gang, so we're chilling. He actually goes for the log. That's interesting. I'm going to go with Skelly Drags behind this, because even if he fireballs it, it's still a menacing push, right? Well, I guess not with the Ice Spirit there. So well defended to my opponent. That Evo Ice Spirit can absolutely clutch up the defense. Something I need to be cognizant of is Evo Skeletons, because Evo Skeletons are very, very menacing in this matchup, to be completely honest. When you run Cannoneer, I mean, we have Barry, we have arrows, but that's just, I don't want to overspend that much. I will arrows on this because I'm going to have to defend it anyway, so I might as well take some chip onto the tower. Okay, he's probably going to go in with a Hog Rider, so we're going to go like this, and we're going to Barry down low because if he fireballs, he won't be able to hit the tower and the Barry and all of that. So, good defense by us. Just chilling like a villain. I mean, it should be pretty hard for him to break through oftentimes. Okay, let's just drop our Skeleton King in the back and just chill. Okay, he might go for an Ice Golem in front of this. Whatever he goes for in front of it, hopefully we'll get DPS down by this Prince. I don't think he can drop Skeletons in time, so let's do this. Just in case he goes for Skeletons. Yeah, he does. Okay. We're going to go like this. I want to try and force out his log, right now, so then I can go for the ability. It's okay. We're going to go for it anyways. Okay, nice. Log comes down. When they go for the log, sometimes you can punish with, a Goblin gang because they don't obviously have their log in cycle. So, we're going to go for a defensive Mortar here. Barry up high to hopefully snipe Skeletons. I'm going to get the miner down. Which side is he going to log? Let's see. Barry doing a great job on those Skeletons. There's just so much pressure down right now. He goes for log on one side. He still needs to defend the other. Evo Ice Spirit is actually really, really good against the Prince. So it actually gets a lot of defensive value. But you can see how much damage we got on the other side. So really good split lane push. At this point, we're kind of just biding our time. In a way, it is a bait deck, but it's kind of like a control style of deck as well. So we're going to do that. We're up a little bit of elixir. You can see he's just leaking here. He doesn't want to push into either lane, they don't want to push into a Cannoneer. I'm going to do this just because it seemed like he leaked kind of a lot of elixir. Go Miner onto the Musk. Nice. You can see Musketeer got taken out by the Mortar. That's absolutely crazy. Look how much stuff we have down right now. Even a 2.6 player is struggling to defend. So absolutely dominant first game. We're going to hold that W and catch you in the next match. All right, into our next match here against Errors or Auras or something like that. Definitely give this deck a try. I'm telling you, it has the second highest win rate in all of Clash Royale. Number one is Royal Giant, because Royal Giant Wizard is kind of busted. I don't know why they buffed Wizard. Wizard kind of going crazy right now, but this deck by no means is a bad deck. I'm going to go in. He just used his arrows. Good timing, actually. Looks like he's running a bait deck of sorts. Just going to drop my Skelly King down. Dark Goblin only gets one shot. I'm going to be ready with a swarm. Yeah, he goes for a Prince. I could pop the ability, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm not sure about this interaction. I'm kind of nervous. We'll see if Cannoneer can full counter. I don't think it does. Let's just drop the miner to be safe. The amount of times I'll go for a Prince charge, thinking it full counters, and then it doesn't, it just makes me sad. So we're going to eat maybe one minion shot, hopefully not. Cannoneer actually pretty good. I mean, a lot of you, myself included, forget that you can swap out your tower troop, and you should put in the Cannoneer. Does pretty well. Okay. He does that. Interesting. I'm just going to Mortar opposite lane. I want to force like him to have to split up his push. I don't want him to be able to go like all in on one lane, and then, you know what I mean. So we're going to do this. We're actually getting a Mortar lock as well, which is like super awesome. Arrows here, so then he'll still have to spend. Okay, he still needs to defend the Prince, which means he shouldn't be able to play arrows on my Goblin gang. You can see he zapped. He probably wanted to zap on the gang, but guess what? He couldn't because there was a Prince charging at his tower. So that was really good there. It's important not to panic, right? When they go for a Sparky in the back, a lot of people are like, oh, what do I do? Majority of the time, you want to set up a defense or you want to pressure opposite lane. Sometimes people will panic and they'll cycle something into the same lane as the Sparky. You know, because like, I got to defend it, but that's like literally exactly what the Sparky wants. So don't do that. Don't do that. Let's do this. You can get the Goblin Giant down probably, or Sparky. That's fine with me. Okay. We're going to go Skelly Drags here. I'm actually going to try and catch him off guard and finish off this Sparky. I don't think he'll be ready for it. Yeah, he wasn't. That's awesome for us. And now he just has an unsupported Goblin Giant pushing right into us. That's awesome. We're going to go Gang here just to kind of help out with all of this spam. Nice. He uses his Evo Zap in a context that really isn't that helpful for him, at least. Okay, we're going to kind of reset here, you know, kind of take the advantage that we've been given. I'm going to pressure with an offensive Mortar. Once again, let's go Bomber like this. And that Sparky is nearly dead, so that's awesome. Evo Mortar absolutely carrying us in that situation right there. Let's go Skelly Dragons high here. Then we're going to go Miner, because the Miner's going to tank for the Skelly Dragons. He doesn't have arrows in hand, nor does he have Zap, so this will be interesting. Beautiful. Arrows here make sense. We chip onto everything. It gives our counter push more value. We're threatening a berry shot. Nice. So far, so good. Just not being too aggressive, just knowing the right time and place to go in. Let's go Skeleton King in the back. Okay, he sets up for probably a giant push. He's going to go for a giant in front of that. We're going to be ready. We're going to go with our gang up high and then Prince of our own. It's going to be good arrows. We're going to hit a lot of things. He goes for arrows of his own. That's fine. You can see that Goblin Giant just gets DPS down so quickly. Miner here, because it'll tank for the Prince. He won't be ready for it. He's like, I don't need to spend on that Prince. Yes, you do. Yep, Zap comes down. Dark Goblin going to do his best, but we got a lot of stuff down. Spam coming in on the left. Going to barely be able to get something down. No, he doesn't have anything in cycle. He gives us the GG. Much respect. Well played to that guy. I definitely think we have matchup in that situation, so we'll hold that clean W. Catch you in the next match. All right, up here against this player. A lot of people, I feel like, struggle, myself included. Like, in what matchups do you go for offensive mortars versus in what matchups do you know, only do defensive mortars? I guess my response would be if they have, like, a really good offensive answer to your mortar, like, I don't know, like a Royal Giant or something like that. Like, in those matchups, you definitely don't want to be playing Mortar at the bridge. Like, you don't get any value there. That's fine. We force out the bar barrel here. I'm not too worried about that. Looks like he's playing, like, Balloon Freeze or something. Or RG. It could be a few things. Okay, we get good damage there. Okay. I'm going to try and do this. That way, if he plays any tank in the back, it'll get pulled. Oh, okay, he goes Electro Giant. This is actually really good for us because Electro Giant just gets, like, DPS'd to hell by the Cannoneer. So he does get a good King Tower activation, but, like, from a matchup perspective, this is fine. He can go for Lightnings on the Mortar and stuff, but, like, you can see here, this is barely going to get close to our tower. Alright. We're going to go Barry in the back here. We may not be able to break through with our Mortar. This is kind of one of those matchups where I was like, yeah, like, Mortar might not be an option. But that's okay. Goes for the bar barrel. Interesting. Draw my Skeleton King here. Those berries are just going to cancel out, so we're not too concerned about it. Interesting. Okay, his Tesla comes down. I'm trying to think if there's a good way for me to capitalize off of that. I'm going to go Skelly Dragons behind the Skeleton King. And then, depending on what he plays, if he, like, protects it, I might go... Okay. I'm going to do this, actually, because he can't afford an E Giant. And then Prince here. Maybe DPS this down quickly. Not quick enough. Or is it? Oh, I think he's in trouble here, low-key. This is what I'm talking about. That's a great Evo Mortar. My man is out of Elixir. He just played that NATO, and that's all it takes with this deck. He might go defensive E-Giant. If he goes for like a defensive E-Giant, it's a really good opportunity for us to go for the berry. That was a weird instance where I went for an offensive Mortar against Electro Giant. Like I said, you don't like usually do that. Okay, I'm gonna try and get a berry onto his E-Giant because it'll force out the tornado. So let's do it. We'll see if he's ready for it. Oh, nice. Good berry protection. Absolutely demolishing this man. Oh, no. This matchup is impossible, like, for them. It's such a bad matchup. I even gave him lightning value there. It doesn't even matter. Man barely even got close to my tower. GG's to this E-Giant player. I mean, if you hate losing to E-Giant, I got you covered. This is the matchup for you because I didn't even play that perfectly, and it was not even close. So GG's to E-Giant. Just another W for this deck, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, into our next match here. I genuinely have a lot of fun with this deck. I mean, I don't know about you all, but like a good Mortar player can like get you the work. You know, you can catch these hands. I'm gonna do this right away. Depending on what he plays, all my skeleton dragons. Defending a Mega Knight is like really easy, to be honest. With my deck specifically. I think that full counters the mini P.E.K.K.A. Nope. Oops. I thought I knew that interaction better than I did. I mean, I don't usually run Cannoneers, so it kind of doesn't surprise me that I didn't nail that the first time. Okay, he goes for the eye drag. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to go Miner here. Maybe try and predict like a swarm. Beautiful, and we do. He's going to have to zap here or something. Oh, I thought Prince was going to get a charge. That's okay. This is still menacing. Nice. Okay. I'd be surprised if he popped the ability. I don't think it would be that great. So the only damage that we've taken so far, which is awesome, it was from that misread of the mini P.E.K.K.A. So that's fine. So far, so good. Okay, mini P.E.K.K.A. comes down. Okay, we're not going to make the same mistake twice. We're going to go with a berry here so I can get to my Evo one. Okay, very good, very good. Just going to chill. Might plop a Mega Knight on it. I kind of hope he does because I feel like that wouldn't be that good of a play. Okay, he doesn't. Let's just go gang here. I don't need it for my mini P.E.K.K.A. Maybe we can bait out the Mega Knight. Okay, finally we bait out the Mega Knight. Okay, we're going to Prince here. I should have done it where it got like the charge. That was kind of my fault, to be honest. Again, going to go like this so that way it tanks for it. Arrows to maybe hit skeletons. Oh, we don't, but that's fine. Oh, he doesn't have skeletons in hand, and Prince is going to just demolish this tower. Oh, dude, Prince is such a good card. Prince carries this deck. I mean, Prince, oh my god, I could just gush over Prince and how, like, low-key I think it's broken. Okay, so far so good. That's a good amount of damage. I mean, maybe not necessarily game-winning damage, but that's great damage nonetheless. Let's do this again. I want to bait out the Mega Knight. That would be ideal. We're going to go for a defensive Mortar. Nice, and he takes the bait. Takes the bait. The reason I say that that's a bait is because, like, that's just not a good way, in my opinion, to be using your Mega Knight. Like, I don't know. It's not that positive of a trade. He's pushing into a defensive Mortar. Arrows come down. We're going to drop our gang here. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Barry, come on. Save me, Barry. Save me, Barry. Okay. Evo Skeleton's almost sold for me. I'm not going to lie. But that's okay. We do this. This is kind of scary, though. I need to go Skeleton King here for the mini P.E.K.K.A. Mini P.E.K.K.A. just completely ignores the Skeleton King. I love that for me. Okay, let's go like this. Our first offensive Mortar. I think it's a good idea to go in for the offensive Mortars when it's an Evo one a lot of the times. You can see here, it locks onto the tower. And this is pretty much good game already. Man, you can see a lot of people don't know how to play against Mortar. Like, we're a few wins into a Classic Challenge. People don't know what to do. So we're going to hold that W and catch you in the next match. All right, into our next match here against Lionel Messi. Gonna see what we can cook up here. Hopefully it's not the actual Messi. Let's go ahead and drop the Bomber. I think that's probably your best starting play. You can cycle your Bomber. It's not like a card that you like need in your deck, like for defense or anything like that. Evo Bomber is just really nice for like offensive purposes. It kind of doubles as an additional win condition, so you're fine cycling it first. I unfortunately do not have my arrows in hand, so I'm gonna Miner on this. I don't want it to get too much value. Weird that he tried to protect that. I genuinely feel like that was a mistake. Let's do this. Maybe we can bait out a spell, or at the very least, bait out a little something, something. Alright. We pop the ability here. This should force out a spell or something. Okay, he actually just does... No! That was a misclick! Oh, I meant to spam him with Goblin Gang, because I thought it would be kind of difficult for him, but... Yo, boy, fat fingered it. You hate to see it. Okay, E-Wiz, Knight, Arrows, just a weird deck. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to cycle our berry just to get to our Evo 1. We are up a little bit of elixir after that interaction. Alright, we're going to go gang over here. Perfect timing. He used his arrows. Beautiful. Okay, Mega Knight comes down. Should have known. Prince early enough, so hopefully it charges. No, it didn't. And now both towers aren't targeting it, so kind of a misclick on my part. We're gonna go dragons here just to take care of this firecracker, and they'll also tank for the wizard, which is nice. He's gonna have to drop an E-Wiz on this, and it might just get destroyed. Oh, wow, really good timing on that E-Wiz. I ain't even gonna front. That was impressive. Miner here just to make sure that this E-Wiz doesn't get a shot. And he is running Mega Knight. Mega Knight is a really good matchup. I think it's a really good matchup. I'm not like an expert, you know. I'm not an expert Mortar player, but from what I've seen, especially if they don't have Inferno Dragon, it's like this matchup is usually like a cakewalk after that. Okay. If he plops a Mega Knight on this, I might, or if he like dashes here, I low-key might go for a berry. I'm going to do it anyway to force the dash. Oh, he dashed regardless. Oh, beautiful. Berry splashing onto everything. Berry is so good. Berry is so good. Oh my gosh. W Berry. And Berry gets another hit. Berry's the MVP. Oh my god, look at how much damage we got from the berry, dude. This deck is crazy. Yeah, bad arrows. I mean, good idea, but just bad execution. I'm gonna try and predict a Mega Knight. I'm gonna go with like a Prince here, and then berry. Nah, he sold. You drop a Mega Knight late, but it don't even matter. Mortar already locked onto the tower. This is great arrows. My man absolutely going in and going through it right now is my man. This is GG's. That's what I'm talking about. If you don't like Mega Knight, this might be the deck for you. It might have to be the deck for you. Mortar here. Don't have to worry about this Prince. Goes for the arrows. We're gonna gang. Bomber down low. Easy win against this Mega Knight player, the mid-ladder menace. We're gonna give him the good game. Catch you in the next match. Here's our next match against Sergio, the GOAT. He has Mini P.E.K.K.A, Elite Barbarians, and Mega Knight in his banner, so I already know this dude is a mid-ladder menace. I'm gonna wait 1 second and then go for my Mortar. Okay. Unlucky timing in the sense that, like, it's going in the lane. Like, we basically placed our cards at the same time, and it happened to be the same lane as his. It would have been better if it was opposite lane, but it's fine. He's probably running Goblin Giant, which, as we learned earlier in the video, is by no means a bad matchup. In fact, I would say it's a good matchup. He just lets it go. Probably the right thing. This is going to use a lot of the daggers, so I'm going to go in. Yeah, good timing there. It's also going to fill up our Skeleton Dragon meter, or our Skeleton King meter. I'm going to Prince here. Because remember, he still needs to defend the Skelly King as soon as he spends on it. Let's do this. Oh, get up, get up, get up. I was trying to have those skeleton spawn sooner. Either way, this is still very, very menacing. Firecracker going to do a great job on defense. I went for the Miner hoping to tank for everything, and it kind of failed. Yeah, Guard's going to do a good job on defense here. I'm going to eat this, so then I can activate my King Tower. Kind of a lot of damage to eat. I don't know if that was the best play, to be honest, but it's what we chose to do, so gonna have to stick by it. Okay, we're gonna go gang over here, like same logic, low on daggers. Doesn't have guards in hand, so I don't know what he plays on this. Yeah, Hunter, fine with me. That's a positive trade for us, and I'm gonna do this. I would go Goblin Giant in the middle, so we're gonna have our Prince ready to DPS it down. Oh, interesting. That works. That works fine. At least he's not using this to support his, he's not using this to support his push, so it's fine with me. Parry down low. If he goes for arrows, we'll have to go for like a Miner or a Prince or something like that. Nope. Okay. There we go, Miner, tanking for everything. Okay, so far so good. We're gonna go Prince here. And I'll go for an offensive Mortar as well. Okay, unfortunate timing. Oops. It's gonna be a nasty counter push, I feel like. Okay. Arrows here. Barry hitting the tower. So far, so good. So far, so good. We're going to have an offensive Mortar lock on the right, and Barry's going to be tanking for the Goblin. I'm going to go Miner here to try and tank for the Goblin. Mistimed it a little bit, but that's okay. Goblin again coming down. He's low on daggers. That's the problem when you run the Dagger Duchess against this deck. And now we're inside a Spell Rush cycle range. GG, 1 Evo Mortar is actually all it takes, honestly. Evo Mortar kind of crazy sometimes. Gang here, need to be careful if he goes for like a spell, but there's really nothing to worry about. Miner's going to take the game, even with the Evo Zap. Good game. Almost lost it, but not really. We'll take that W and catch you in the next match. Alright, in our next match against John over here, H. John. I'm going to wish him the good luck. He's running the Cannoneer as well, so we'll see. Maybe even a mirror matchup. Cannoneer and Skeleton King. We might find ourselves in a little Mortar v. Mortar matchup. I would be okay with that. Yeah, kind of looks like it might be. We're going to support this with Skeleton Kings. Yeah, looks like we're going to be running in a mirror matchup. He goes for the arrows after, like kind of late there, so that's fine. So he's probably going to bomber on his side. Yeah, okay. Looks like it's a literal mirror matchup. My man also went on Royal API, so that's kind of a cool situation when it's like a mirror and you know each other's decks. Barry going to help out, kind of. Okay, so if I do this, he probably goes Prince. Nice. You always want to play your Prince like second, so unfortunately his Prince charged. Okay, so he's going to have to play a Skeleton King here. No, actually, he can just ignore this. Yeah, never mind. Okay, he should have ignored it. Now we have Skeleton Dragons down. So his hand is like Mortar, Skeleton King, Arrows, Prince, I think. Mortar, Skeleton King, Arrows, and Prince. See if he just eats this. Opts to go for the Mortar. That's fine with me. Super fine with me. You kind of just go for a little distraction. I'm going to do this, and then pop the ability, I think. Never mind. That didn't work, did it? Alright. Mortar's going to get like a shot or two. Barry going to clean it up, though. Shoutouts to Barry. Kind of had the right idea there. I forgot how much DPS does to the Skeleton King. I probably should have popped the Skeleton ability earlier. So good on him. He's cycling into his Evo Mortar. I respect that. Prince comes down. I'm going to drop a Prince of our own and then protect with the Goblin Gang. I just need to watch out for like an Evo Bomber or something like that. Smart of him to go for the Skeleton Dragons behind it, but even with that, like, it doesn't do that much. You know, we have a surviving Prince here. We're going to go Miner here because I'm sure he's going to play Gang. Beautiful. Let's do this to get on the tower with the Bomber. Very. Love that damage. Nice job, Barry. We appreciate that. Skeleton Dragons are going to have to help. He has the same idea, and we don't have arrows in hand, so this could be kind of deadly. Unless we get a King Tower activation, and we do. W King Tower activation. Unfortunately, that Mortar locks on, though. That's unlucky for us. Maybe not, well, not unlucky per se, but unlucky-ish. Okay. We do survive the Evo Mortar, though. That much is nice. This was in case he goes. Yeah, exactly. Okay. I'm going to do this just to make sure that, you know, I get like a Mortar lock or something. Gang here. He can go arrows if he really wants to, but it's already dead. Very, very nice. Okay, our Mortar taking care of his Mortar. That's actually huge. I know this doesn't look too good right now, but I'm telling y'all, it ain't overtold over in this matchup. Okay. Nice. He's kind of just playing that Prince into nothing. I guess our Prince in theory, but yeah, nice. This is really, really good. We just have the arrows here on his, whatchamacallit, on his Gang, and he doesn't have great answers for all of this when the arrows come down. Nice. That's what I'm telling you. This match is never over. This match is never over. GG's to him, honestly. He played it decently. We just kind of flipped the switch in the second half. So GG's to that guy in the mirror. We'll hold that W. Catch you in the next match. Into likely our last match of the video. Maybe not. We'll see how it goes. But if you've made it this far, just know you're like my favorite viewer. You know, can't always expect that people are going to stick around to the end of the video. So the few, the tiny mighty that have made it here, just know that I appreciate you. I'm going to go Skeleton King here and, you know, take a few shots. It is what it is. Okay. We're going to go Prince in front. And just kind of see what we can force out here. Well defended by him. Okay, I didn't really get anything going on that first round, but that's all good. We're gonna have the gang ready in case he goes. Okay, let's do this. Defensive mortar. Oh god. I forgot that cannoneer is really bad. I'm trying to save my my gang for the barrel because I want to save my arrows for offense. I think the problem in this matchup is if you get stuck going for arrows on defense, they just get too much value with some of their pushes. So we're going to try and avoid that. I'll be ready for the barrel here if he chooses to go for it. Okay, he doesn't. So we'll just go with the bomber. Nah, I mistimed that. A few small mistakes here and there, but I promise that this matchup is actually pretty decent for us. We're going to be ready. Okay, see, now we can do this. And I kind of hope for the best. Okay, we need to wait. Don't want to pop the ability and give him log value. Let's do this. Miner's going to tank. No Valkyrie in cycle. No log in cycle. But Evo Skeleton's in cycle. Love that for me. Alright, let's... Barry here should splash onto the Dark Goblin. Nah, Barry decides not to. Thank you, Barry. Okay. Deep breath. It's not over till it's over. Say it with me, folks. It's not over till it's over. So we're going to go with the defensive mortar. Okay, we're going to have our arrows ready. We're going to be ready for the Evo Valkyrie. All of that good stuff. Evo Valkyrie in cycle next, I believe. Okay, he just goes for that. Interesting. Not bad. Not bad. Just interesting. Kind of good he has Inferno versus like a Tesla or something like that. Like that would be really a lot worse for us. Like I said, saving the arrows for offense is oftentimes the move. We need to go absolutely feral here, for lack of a better word. But also it's a good word, because it's relevant. Very high. Evo Mortar is your time to go crazy. I mean it. Nice, nice. I told y'all it was not over till this match is over. Prince, come on. Oi. Wow. Absolutely brought this game back. I'm just gonna hit him with the wow. I told you one Evo Mortar is all it takes. We're gonna hold that W. Catch you in the outro. And that's going to do it for today's video. Here's the deck one more time in case you want to take a screenshot. I'll also post the link to this deck in the description so you can just copy and open it inside of Clash Royale. Thank you again for watching. If you've made it this far, you're the best. Give this deck a try. It is so good. It's so much fun and so different from a lot of decks that are currently dominating the meta. So I hope you have a blast with this deck, and I also hope to see you in another video real soon. Peace.